You are now entering the Rawrrzone.
Yo, rhyme gatherer, feels like I was rapping with punk X-Bissimos, I'm a time traveler, rhyme scavenger. Hated by many, my vocabulary varies, aiming at every rapper, pretending I'm talking plenty. Watch them scatter, I'm earth-shattering, with verses that'll rattle the earth, my words are packing in. Punches like I was holding grudges, leaning on bars like crutches. You can say I've been in my back like pack lunches. I got a sweet tooth, I've been in the booth, not giving it up like a victim from me too. Too many copycats, it ain't worth it. I'd rather color outside the lines than to add perfect. The mad rapper, this beat calls me to catch a perfect body like fat transfer. Y'all need a solution, I needed a beat to feast with a 16 to bring executions. Looking at you rappers like my day will come for hip-hop. Put me on a call, I'm out one by one for hip-hop. Sitting in the trenches waiting on the word. All I need is a mic and a voice and they're done. Yo, the truth is, music has changed. I never had issues with new kids. These rap categories nominate them as best. I turn biased. Then I wanna challenge their pens like y'all don't got bars like that. I'm John Q, man, you boys don't get heart like that. Yo, I shattered dreams of something bad in your team. Actually, I'm mad at being passionate. Pack of 16s with ease, I'm passing them seeds like breeze. I'm a beast when I'm rapping. Cross the line, I won't forget that. Keep it real and I respect that. The underdog called me an old hat and I will get that. Bring the sirens and I'm firing at rappers you're admiring. Doesn't matter if it's global or rappers in my environment. I am in. I spit fire, call the firemen. For hip-hop, all y'all better retire then. Looking at you rappers like my day will come for hip-hop. Put me on a call, I'm out one by one for hip-hop. Sitting in the trenches waiting on the word. All I need is a mic and a voice and they're done.
Hey, wherever I'm at, I'm representing for hip-hop. Soon as the kick drop, the lyrical fitness is tip-top. You need about 40 ticks of a wristwatch to expose the world's coldest flows. If you oppose, then you can kick rocks. Level up, I just severed several competitors. Even took out their cruise producers and video editors. Serving them like I'm Federer, you just regular. Check your temperature, chances molecular, gets this predator. Two of the best Latin rappers to capture and master the passion, the feeling of bringing the rapture. Exposing these actors and slows the disasters. Your crew can get fractured, your records get shattered, beats will get battered, but that's just standard. They just lucky I ain't do this in Spanish. Don't need another advantage to remind you that you're just average. If you beat, I jump on this madness. I really been a beast that's established. All I need is a piece, I'm a savage. Don't get me started, I'm killing y'all for hip-hop.
Looking at you rappers like my day will come for hip-hop. Put me on a call, I'm out one by one for hip-hop. Sitting in the trenches waiting on the word. All I need is a mic and a voice and they're done.
What's this? What's this? It's something going on in my bones. What's this? What's this? It's something going on in my brain. What's this? What's this? I feel like I'm going insane. What's this? What's this? I gotta release it, man. Yeah, I hit him with the mind control or the mic control. I don't care till the night is on. You need drugs and the money in the safe. I run this race, I'm taking first place. DPE taking over this game. Every time he look up, he see us, man. Keep on knocking in your head, cause I'm all in your brain like a red car jingle, man. No, I'm not an X-Man, you know I'm the best, man. All of your neck, man, you getting no rest, man. Serious on the hate, but you really is a fan. See all my words like you wrote it, man. Niggas say Rizzy is missing. Bitches say Rizzy we missing. Come back, I'm playing no games, no activation. Like your hat go missing. They really try to diss him. Those shots, but the shit barely miss him. Niggas know my bars coming like Candyman, but I didn't want to scare their children. You know I'm a monster. Raise my arm up under your armor. My team out here really purging. Cutting through these beats like a surgeon. Some say I'm conversistic. Some say I overdid it. Some say I'm overrated. Fuck that, that's an understatement. Some say I barely made it. Nigga, y'all that's barely hating. Motherfucker, I ain't got no brain. My soul is cold and my heart is black and my chain is gold. You don't know how many times I've been down this road. Think about the kids and I'm thinking like, nope. I came back full loco, came back flow on dough, came back killing road shows, came back billboard dough, came back on late blow, niggas can't stop me though.
I got powers like Rawrrzone, fucking up your ozone, queen of my throne, hard off no domes, fly as a drone, back to the bone. Wife still talk shit when I come home, sharp ass cheekbones, hardcore like stone, help to fight crime incognito, causing frostbite, come at me raw, hurt my loved ones below zero. I'm the coolest female hero, every black girl wanna be a tall dog, petite, built for speed hoe, grow so big but don't wear speedos. I go by Sabrina Foss, protect all at any cost. Saving lives is not a job, it's a lifestyle. Fuck what you thought. Bum boy, I just such a joke. He don't really want the smoke. Undermines a waste of time and syndromes. Machines all get broke. Yes, I am incredible, and my ice is edible. My aim is impeccable. Fucking with me is terrible.
Devastation, a revelation, free demonstration. Backslide, thunder vibe, lightning bolt without the cloak. Slippery slope as a boy approach. Rope a dope, I got bangs to boom. Clearing rooms on another room. Mind rising, so surprising. Creatures creeping, I just minimize them. Knock them down, don't identify them. Lock you up, my electric field. Shake your body, making blood spill. Slam you down until you ain't around. Wallace slam you down to Chinatown. Villains tricking, what the hell they flipping? Pass it off like it's Scottie Pippen. Teamwork trying to keep it hitting. This target practice on an old mattress. Turning pages to another chapter. Swear I swear and got a clear affair. She shell shock you, take away your air. Bright flare blow your body up. Lightning bolts screaming Scotty up. The ladies yelling come to save the day.
It's time to bring the strength. It's time to bring the pressure. Annihilate anything in my way to any measure. My reign is undisputed. I'm stronger, don't confuse it. It's trouble when you hear me stay flats. That's how I do it. Diminish any threat, try to stop us. I'm with my crew. We here to save the day. If you run, then we will pursue. You really don't want it, man. Undefeated, we never lose. The way we tear up town to town. Don't believe me, just check the news. Now choose. We won with the force and we got the power. Devour any challenge that challenge us in an hour. No flowers, the way we articulate how we move. We coordinate, assimilate, exemption to the rule. We cool, inspired by masterminds of the galaxy. Live in this reality, found out fast that it had to be me. Hitting my cup, no chaser, yeah, running up, no favors. Who you gon' call? Danny with the strength of a kraken, tough like the skin of a dragon, yeah, we want it all. Hanging with the guys, old devils, flying on a different level, never gon' fall. Save life after life, we some heroes. Super Saiyan mode to a zero, yeah, we stand tall. Something like a monument figure, say you a shovel to a digger. Think of something bigger, time to bang bang like a trigger. Haters that be mad, that be bitter. Stop it!
I know I'm running late, but no time like the present to make up for it. Change your life in a second, put your crown on while you living like a peasant. We all carry with us many stories unpleasant. Knocked down how many times? Who's counting? Resilience. I found the youth fountain. You might take a sip, but shit, I choose drowning. Brilliant. with strength to move mountains. I'm everywhere blessed, not a sneeze in this bitch. For every door closed, brought keys in this bitch. Any heir to your throne, make 'em wheeze when they sit. If they wasn't built like you Hercules in this bitch, I'm on my shit. Can't nobody tell me nothing. An avalanche is coming down, know you when I'm crushing. Any individual with strategy for bluffing, I'm heading to the line for the first spot rushing. I can weave through the fog, always knew to back out any stream when it clogs. Life moves fast if you scream from a jog. How you plan to branch out any green that you log? When the weight on my shoulders are falling, to a beat that is over, I'm all in. Keep myself on the move, knowing I'll never lose. Locking into my purpose and calling. I can weave through the fog, always knew to back out any stream when it clogs. Life moves fast if you scream from a jog. How you plan to branch out any green that you log? When the weight on my shoulders are falling, so okay, and it's over, I'm all in. Always have. Keep myself in the move, knowing I never lose. Locking into my purpose and calling. Now I'm in the building, feel joy abundantly. A low-class business, witness the company go from starvation and famine to gluttony. Once I got rid of the two dudes in front of me, thank goodness this line ain't long. I'm the new backbone and they spine ain't strong. I know they work to survive, so they grind ain't wrong. But what's the use of your gorillas, but your prime ain't calm? The guy that's in front of me was in a health drought. He looked sick, man, said his name was self-doubt. I told him like it was, I ain't take the stealth route. Should've fought for a pension and a higher wealth count. But now I'm here, so that shit is not happening. Do not get problems, just don't bring your ass back again. I'll pull my knife out. If you trying to get cut, he moved to the side and he shut the fuck up. I can weave through the fog, always knew to back out any stream when it clogs. Life moves fast if you scream from a jog. How you plan to branch out any green that you log? When the weight on my shoulders are falling, to a beat that is over, I'm all in. Keep myself on the move, knowing I never lose. Locking into my purpose and calling. I can weave through the fog, always knew to back out any stream when it clogs. Life moves fast if you scream from a jog. How you plan to branch out any green that you log? When the weight on my shoulders are falling, so okay, that is over, I'm all in. Always have. Keep myself in the move, knowing I never lose. Locking into my purpose and calling. Trauma's in the first line spot. He thinks I'm playing bout, taking over, I'm not. I'm married, all my goals tied to divine knot. How'd I push it to the top? A perfectly aligned squat. You're the one that I want, yeah, to get rid of. I'm trying to knock you off the grid, love. I learned to take off every kid glove. Bare knuckle hits, hard pushing, not a mid shove. You're in a bind, that's my line, chilly creature. Been giving shine to a blind hilly feature. Deluding minds is your grind, silly teacher. If you don't run, I hit you with this 9mm. So then he ran, putting knees to his chest. You doubted I would make it, really please, I'm the best. Mr. Procrastination turned to Mr. Ambition. Fully in control of my soul's condition. I can weave through the fog, always knew to back out any stream when it clogs. Life moves fast if you scream from a jog. How you plan to branch out any green that you log? When the weight on my shoulders are falling, so okay, and it's over, I'm all in. Always have. Keep myself in the move, knowing I never lose. Locking into my purpose and calling. We here.
What's up, world? Your homegirl Ivy, Katie, whatever you want to call me. Just talk to me nice, because this is Welcome to the Rawrrzone. You can find us everywhere on our website, www.rawrzonenyc.com. You can catch us at our home of Booster 82.3 FM, Wednesdays 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and of course the Evening Rush Radio Network, Friday nights at 10 p.m. And of course live on Mondays and Thursdays, wherever you want to find us. Search Rawrrzone NYC and or Rawrrzone Media. Happy birthday, hip hop. 52 years old. Sit here every year and I thank God that I got to be part of such a dope genre of music that is so poetic in its, from its tone to just the history itself. I got lucky to be able to interview greats like Joe Conzo, who took hip hop's first baby pictures, DJ Epps. Like this genre took me on an unforgettable interview adventure. So I'm so happy to be part of this. So whoever is celebrating hip hop today, happy birthday, hip hop. Today's interview, which I'm very excited about, is an artist who lives and breathes hip hop. His voice, His message, his storytelling cuts through all the noise and the bullshit that you see every day in the media. Hailing from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Gil Thompson has been consistently delivering music that resonates across generations, blending real life experiences with razor sharp lyricism. His latest project, Conquer and Cultivate, is no exception, packed with passion, wordplay, and originality. Whether you've been following his journey from the start or pressing play for the first time, there's no denying the energy and authenticity he brings to the mic. We're going to welcome him, but if you want a full breakdown on the Conquer and Cultivate project, we just put one out on Medium. But without further ado, the one and only Mr. Gil Thompson.
Hey, how are you today?
How are you? First of all, thank you so much for being accommodating over the scheduling. I work with kids, so they make my life a living hell.
No, trust me, I get it. I'm a parent myself, and I know how the scheduling can be. So trust me, I'm a patient man. I get it. I
Oh,
appreciate you welcoming me on your platform, though. It's an honor.
like I know Q wanted to kill me a few times last week, and every time I'm literally getting ready to leave. Like on Thursday, it took them 4 hours to get back from Connecticut, and mind you, Connecticut and the Bronx is not far.
No, it's all good. No, I appreciate it though. I mean, we here, right? And look, it's on the anniversary of hip hop, so I mean, it had to fall this way, right?
It did, and then like I spent a lot of time the last few days listening to not just Conquer and Cultivate, right? Because even though like the interviews based on that, I wanted to get a better feel of you as an artist, right?
Mm,
Um, Especially like because it's very much different tones. You had your 2007 OG project where you hear like from the dirt, like you sound like because I've had a couple of Philly rappers come on the show, like that hustle and gritty Philly rap.
yeah,
Um, then you have the your project you put out in 2022, the Writing to Heal.
yeah, right into hell. That's correct.
Okay, I got because I try not to fuck up the names.
No, you good, you good.
Um, where it was very much like reflective. But then you have Conquer and Cultivate that said, okay, I did all my shit. Now I'm coming for heads.
Yeah, facts. Writing to Hill was a very pivotal moment. I needed to write that album in order to get to an album like Conquer and Cultivate because my mom passed away 6 years ago. So that's why on the cover of Writing to Hill it has her picture next to me writing. I had to go through the process of getting out my grief before I was able to just get back to having fun and doing my lyrical creativity. So that album is very like deep and close to my heart. I kind of had to get all the emotions out before I could move forward. It's very therapeutic, you know. So the album does mean a lot to me. So, but you need to go through my process in order to get where I'm at. So I'm definitely thankful for that album.
Like, and what I've noticed, like, what I liked from all three, especially because they're happening during different time frames, you stay true to who you are with the climate changing. Like, especially with Conquer and Cultivate, um, like you had like your instrumentation to it, but you also brought like I believe it was during. Don't judge me for pulling up my iTunes while I talk
Yeah,
about.
you good. I get it.
I believe it was either Prove It or Take It There. It had like a drill type beat,
Mm.
or it
Yeah,
felt kind of drillish.
yeah. You're probably talking about Prove It. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I was like okay, because I was so used to like hearing all the boom bap. I was like okay, nope, okay, I got it. You've been able to really master it, and like I've seen like people review your music saying you stayed to your roots, but I really do feel like you're more evolved than that as a hip-hop artist.
Well, yeah, definitely. Just I feel like when you're a true MC, you can rap to any type of beat. And not only that, but a lot of times I also tell other artists too, like if somebody were to follow me or you around all day with a camera, like for say a week, Like you're gonna see us laugh, you're gonna see us get angry, you're gonna see it maybe sad in moments, you're gonna see us in very introspective moments. So I feel like your album should reflect that. People that just stay in one mood for the whole album, unless it's a concept and you want to get something out in particular. But if you just like just making songs, you want to try to express different parts of your soul. So with that comes different cadences. Even when I'm talking, like I'm not just gonna talk like this the whole time. Like I'm gonna be excited sometimes. Sometimes I'm gonna be more subdued. And I try to make all my music reflect that. So then I just live with beats sometimes, different instrumentation, and see what it brings out of me. What is this side of Gil feeling this day? What is this side feeling? And all put it under the streamline and just being very authentic. And where am I at this year? What is on my heart? What how can I describe myself in the most real authentic way while being artistic and creative to capture the ears and vibes of the people around me. So a lot of times I just live with instrumentals for a couple months, just drive around and I just write it piece by piece until it forms together into something that's full artistic expression of how I'm feeling in a moment.
So before we get into Conquer and Cultivate, where did this all start for you? You know, we are talking about hip hop 52 now. Um, you know, what brought you to really just say, I love this so much, this is something I want to do?
Well, I have the classic story. It kind of started at the flagpole for me. Shout out to one of my best friends ever, John Well. Him and his boy Nick, they always used to freestyle after school by the flagpole. And one day while we were walking home from school, I was just like, yo, bro, like I think I should write a verse or whatever. He was like, yo, go do that shit. So it took me like probably like 4 hours to write 8 bars. You know what I mean? So I kept working on it, and then I came the next day and I spit it to everybody that was at the flagpole. I was nervous as hell, and it was like, "Yo, that was tight." I was like, "For real?" And people was giving me props. So after that, I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna start studying. I'm gonna get better on it." It excited me so much just to see the facial expressions and how they connected with what I was saying. So then I went back and I started studying all the legends, you know, the Biggie, the Pops, the Nas, the Jay Z's, the Rock Kims, the KRS Ones, the Cool G Raps, the Big Daddy Kanes. Yeah, I was studying on Wu Tang, everybody, and I was like, yo, I want to become original. I want to have a flow that's versatile yet authentic, and how can I push the boundaries of lyricism and detail and conceptual albums and things of that nature. So it was a building process, but that was once I took it seriously, I had to go back and study all the legends.
So after studying it, right? Because that's how I felt when I got into hip hop, right? Because I started my career as a nightclub photographer, and then I
Mm.
just made my way through media like this. Um, so for me, that's why I said learning about it and doing these interviews is like my way of learning and immersing myself
Mm.
in it. What was your favorite thing about it?
About learning, well, it's
About
great. It's
or about
crazy because I'm sorry, what was you saying?
what was your favorite part about learning what you do and what you love?
I think the greatest feeling is always when you're just rhyming and you see like the light bulb going on people's eyes as they maybe catch a metaphor, or they finally get to the part in the storytelling song that's that the climax of the story that might reveal a secret or something, and you're like, oh shit, when they really get to understand your creativity and they peel back the layers of a lyricism. Or maybe you just said something funny and I had perfect comedic timing that was on the beat, I was in the right pocket and they caught it. Whenever I get those reactions from people, you resonate. And everybody's a human being. We like just the whole fact of fellowshipping with other human beings through different levels, whether it's through friendship, whether you're in an intimate relationship with somebody, whether you're at a club and you're around your friends, just the whole fellowship part of it, and people responding to you in a positive way. It's like that energy keeps feeding you over and over again. So that really drew me to it, and it made me want to get better, because the better I got, the more bigger response I got, and the more people tuned into what I was doing. So it became addictive, really.
Rapping in Allentown. You're the second person that I ever heard that actually was from Allentown because my cousin lives in Allentown, and
Mm.
I just thought it's the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But what is the hip hop scene in Philly looking like in general?
Well, around here in Allentown, it's kind of like there's a whole bunch of talented artists down here, like from so many generations. Because before me, there was a guy named like lyrical perfectionist. We called him LP. We had like Tug McGraw, King Magnetic. He's also connected to like the Army of Pharaoh, so he kind of like made it pretty far. And other the younger generation today is like LG is Ant Wave. Um, Things of that nature. So we have all types of artists, people that do drill, boom bap, you know what I mean, trap music, soulful, underground, grimy stuff. It's all types of music in here, so it really can't be classified as just one thing. You really can find all type of artists down here. Brilliant singers, like there's a girl from around here named Rosie and her friend Becca Elaine. They're incredible singers, like incredible. Like they will blow your mind if you hear them sing, and they're just local around here, just doing their thing, trying to get out there, doing shows. So it's really like it's just like a cluster of just like brilliant talent just beaming out the seams.
And like when they talk about you as an artist, you're like one of those artists that were coming up in high regard.
Mhm.
When I was doing my research on you. So what is it like to be able to represent your hometown in such a major way?
Well, first of all, it's an honor. It's definitely an honor because when I was doing this off of just getting a connection with the people and developing my talent, I just loved it for myself. It's like outside, even if nobody ever listened to it, I probably would still be writing in some form because I actually just fell in love with the literature part of it because I was a fan first, just like you were
Yeah.
a fan. So it's just like we just kind of listen, and when you just listen, you hear the right lyricism over the right beat with the right hook. You're just in the zone. So I was like, how can I become a part of this? So it's so amazing to be able to like something that I would just do by myself without nobody paying attention to me. I can share with the world and they're vibing with me. It's just an amazing feeling. So it's kind of like I just feel really blessed to be in this space, that people even are willing to check it out and give it a listen and then come up to me and think something that I wrote was brilliant because I put a lot of time and effort into my lyricism and getting it to be original, creative, and strive for different pockets in the way I rhyme, whether it's cadence, intonation, all types of things, and then making a project cohesive so that it'll flow and it'll be easy on your ears, while also adding a layer every time you go through it. So I just love it to death. I love hip hop.
Where so you mentioned before that your projects have been based on where you are in life. With Conquer and Cultivate, where were you when you put this out?
I was in a space of freedom for the first time I'd say in a while because I dealt, like I mentioned before, like I was dealing with a lot of grief from losing my mom. And once I got that album out and I was able to share it and people gave me their feedback and they were like, wow, this really connected with me because maybe they lost a parent, or just somebody that was close to them and they resonated with a lot of the lyrics. Once I got that out and I shared it and I felt like I had the community kind of vibing with it, then it freed my brain up. All these concepts started coming to me. And the album is produced by two producers, Triple Threes and Mr. Soundproof. And those are my brothers. I knew them for years. Outside of music, like I love them guys to death. They're amazing. And but they're two completely different types of producers because Triple Threes, he's real musical and like he'll give me something that can start at one way and end a different way. He inspires me to be super creative and do all this crazy stuff. And then Mr. Soundproof, he'll give me a banger and he'll have me doing like what you slowing down for. Like he gives me those bangers that or like we ready gets the real aggressive energy out of me. So I had both of them sending me instrumentals at the same time and my brain was just in this super versatile creative mode now that I was free from a lot of the grief that I was going through because I learned healthy ways to deal with it. So now my creativity was just sparking and like shotgun blasts everywhere. And I was able to over time put this project together that was versatile, yet I started to develop the concept for Conquer and Cultivate. And then once this is really like I'd say like the seventh version of the album because I had so many different types of beats. The both of them probably sent me like 60 beats a piece. It's ridiculous. So it took a while because I was like, all right, what am I vibing with the most? What do I just feel? Because after a while, you kind of get like, all right, I'm just hearing fire beats. I gotta pick one. So I just started narrowing it down to what was speaking to my soul in the moment at the most. And once I got the right 8 joints that I liked, because my albums they typically come off as really heavy with the subject matter. So I wanted to not make an album too long because I know how today people got short like tension spans. So I was like a solid 8 tracks, about a half hour listening, so I could get all my detail out, but still have fun with it. And it took a while, but I got it down to this point, and I'm very, very happy with the project. I love it to death.
So, and I noticed that because your last two projects were 8 tracks, and then I'm like, but you have such an old school soul. I'm like,
Mm.
don't you miss the LPs because it kind of it'll give you the full story as opposed to an 8 track project.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I did, but like you said, I learned to evolve with time. I remember one time when I was younger, I was listening to Wu Tang and Jizza on Wu Tang Forever in one of the songs. He said, "Keep it brief, son, half short but twice strong." So when I thought about that, I was like, you know what? I can still survive in this era just off of something that was said in the '90s. Because I was like, how can I? Instead of over elaborating, make it shorter but say twice as much as what I want to say in this spot. And that allowed me to even develop even further and be like, oh, I could potentially make something that's catchy in this instant but have layers of detail in it. Maybe the way I deliver the chorus, or maybe there's like a stanza of 4 bars that explains the whole concept, but it's a 4 syllable multi with a punchline at the end that intricate listeners will catch, but the average person just vibing to the beat and the hook that might not catch it. So I developed my writing in that sense over the time. So I was like, that way I was always happy no matter what direction I was going for. Because every song either has a quotable of some sort that I could sit here and elaborate on and explain to you, or you could just turn it on and enjoy it. Just like you mentioned Take It There, because it's a very soulful song. It's you just hear the sample and you're nodding your head, but I say a lot of stuff in that song. I'm
Yeah.
talking about black women inventors, talking about the love that shared in my family, me beating out generational curses. I mentioned in the Gaza and the stuff that was going on in Congo. I mentioned a whole bunch of stuff in one song.
Yeah, I was trying to catch up to him. Like, wait, so he's okay. I got him right here, and literally that was the one song. Now that you mention it, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, if it's gonna if I fuck this up though, because he's saying so much.
And yeah, that's how it was, and that's how I learned how to write over time. Instead of because that one song, Take It There, that could have been like 3 different songs that I could have just elaborated further. But I was like, how can I condense as much as I want to say into a song while making it catchy and making it a vibe and giving it a head nod factor? That's going back to the Jizza line. Keep it brief, son. Half short but twice strong. And once I started doing that, all my track came out very layered, and then I was very happy with it. I was like, oh, I put so much into this song, and it is like a 3.5 4 minute song, but I put so much into it. It could have been 3 songs if I wanted it to be, but I didn't over elaborate. I said what I had to say, did my skill, my technical aspects, and I kept it moving. That's why I'm so proud of this project, because like I said, it's like an onion. You just peel back the layers.
Okay, Shrek.
There you go.
And I'm glad you brought up Wu Tang because when I listened to it, I was hearing like Wu Tang vibes,
Mm.
very storytelling. You know, I, but you keep mentioning it. Did you go to the concert? Because didn't it end in your state?
Oh, I didn't get to catch Wu. I would have loved. I did get to see Nas in Philly not too long ago because he did it with the live orchestra. He did Illmatic. I got to see that. That was beautiful. Nas killed it. I was like, oh man. So I did get to see that, but I didn't get to see when he was with Wu. That would have been fire.
Bro, you should have. I went to Wu Tang's concert in last month.
Mm.
For the final tour. When I tell you, I'm pretty sure they could have extended it and had it today, and it would have had the same, like, it literally, their whole tour just celebrated hip hop.
Mm. Yeah, I can imagine. I know you were out of your seat for that one. Them
Oh,
guys are
I
that's my
was
favorite group of all time.
I was bugging out because they had the Locks, Lil Kim, Slick Rick, Big Daddy
Mm.
Kane. I'm here literally losing my shit. I paid $300 and saw like 10 different acts.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh,
Like,
that reminds me when I went to Rock the Bells in 2011 when they had all those acts performing their classic albums. That was crazy too. I was like, so sometimes you get lucky, you get more than you paid for.
it was. I was just hoping you got to see that too because you kept bringing up Wu Tang.
Yeah,
Um,
I love Wu. Definitely.
um, with every song that you put there was intentional because everything had a meaning. It wasn't one of those like there's no fillers. Um,
Yeah.
how did you, out of the 60 beats that you had with the millions of intentions behind it, how did you pick those 8 specific meanings to be in this project?
It was funny because at first, because I had so many beats, I was writing a lot. Like I got so inspired at one point, Katie, when I tell you this, like I had like 5 songs that were just me rapping for like probably like 80 to 90 bars. Like I was writing so much. But then I had to sit back and be like, all right, Gil, this I need to write a hook at some point. People need to just because granted, the people that just like to listen to lyrics, like that niche crowd of underground people that just want to hear bars and cadences and flow, they'll love it. But the average listener will probably listen to it one time, like, all right, he don't even got a hook. He don't got nothing I could even repeat back. And it's all intricate stuff. So I tried to pay attention to either because I still wanted to be enjoyable. So once I wrote out of all that stuff out of my system, then I was like, all right, how can I formulate this into songs with the hook? And because I was just going off for like a good 2 months. And then once I was able to peel back that, then I was like, all right, which hooks feel the best to me? Which feels like natural when I'm saying and what makes me feel the best. And then I started narrowing it down from there. How does my voice sound over this? Is this too fast for my voice? Is this the right pocket? When I'm rapping over this, does my voice sound stronger than on this type of beat? So I started weighing it out like that because I've been writing so long that most of the stuff that I write these days, I like it because I've been writing so long. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I don't write whack shit anymore that I'm gonna put out there. Like I really pay attention to my lyrics. I pride myself on my lyricism. So at this point, it was just about getting the vibe right because the lyrics is gonna be there with me in any project I do. I just got to make sure the vibe was right. So as I was peeling back and getting that vibe right, then I started noticing how it was getting cohesive, and then that's when the CC concept started to come up to me. And then one day that the whole idea of Conquer and Cultivate popped into my head because it seemed like a really high inspirational album. And that's why even the cover itself kind of peels back layers of the concept. Because if you notice, the album's called Conquer and Cultivate, which is CC. But if you look on the album cover, there's eyes in the ocean. So that's C in the sea. So phonetically, it's
Hold on, I'm
matching.
about to show it off. I'm trying to
Mm,
share the screen.
sure.
Why are you not letting me? That is so whack.
No, it's all good.
Because I had the article open with your because I
Yeah,
wanted to see the cover, and I saw the eyes.
yeah, that like the eyes in the ocean, because they say that yeah, there you go. Because they say that your eyes are the windows to your soul. So on this planet, if they're in the ocean, what has more depth than the ocean? So if the windows to your soul has the depths of the ocean behind it, and I'm doing, you know what I mean? So then it's like there's an untold depth that's going on within me. But then you see that there's a little bit of chaos in the background with
With the
like the thunder.
thunder.
So you notice there's turmoil going in within me. but yet I'm still able to cultivate beauty, which is why there's flowers at the bottom. That comes from working through your trauma. I was able to still establish beauty. And that's also a shout out to my mom because her favorite was yellow roses. So it's like, mommy, I was able to, even through all the turmoil that's going through my soul with the waves and stuff, I was still able to cultivate beauty because I learned from the lessons that I got in this world. So that's what I mean. Just all that depth just from the album cover. And that was designed by Tony Ortiz. Shout out to Tony Ortiz.
So
He
it's a
did-
beautiful cover, and like you see the beauty behind the madness type of vibe, essentially.
yeah. So I
Um,
mean, just from the album cover, so that's where I go with it, and then you're like, wow, and then you listen to the music, and it goes so many different ways because that's how we are as human beings. We're layered beings. We're not just one thing. So that's why there's so many different sounds too. Because I wanted to kind of take you through like a whole different journey. So by the time you're done, you're like, wow, even though it's 8 tracks, I got a lot out of that. I wanted to be something that you could ride to for a while and it would stick with you. So you can enjoy it and then pick up the layers as you go. Whenever you feel like, yo, I really want to focus on lyrics today, it's right there for you, just waiting for you to peel back.
so you talked about how you openly acknowledge, how dope you are as a lyricist, right?
Hmm.
Um, you say it in the syntax maestro. I'm here to spit, and I'm good at it. Um, that is that track was one of the punchiest openers I've heard in a long time.
I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that.
Um, Tell us about it because I want to be able to play the song for everyone. But how'd you come up with that?
Well, the first thing I wanted to do is whenever I open up a project, I wanted to try to like if people are like, well, what kind of lyricist is he? So I wanted to kind of throw out a multitude of things. That's why it starts off very cocky and confident. And then as it starts to go on, then it starts to get very introspective. Because when it first starts, I'm like really in your face with it. Like, woke up today, guessing I chose violence. You can see the panic in streets and hear sirens. Like I'm doing like these cadences, and then as it gets further down, I'm like claustrophobic living got me brawling for space, suffocating my spirit. I started falling from grace. These mental aerobics stiffen the calling to take my place as a leader, to trump the wicked for stalling my chosen pace. Taking sin baths and didn't seek God a steep hill, walk with thin calves in a weak quad. I grin on the path because illusion streaks odd when I always had the power to create a peak mod for my life, turning adversaries to a meek squad. Now they bow in my presence. You ain't gotta speak nod. The pain in your neck turns into a deep throb, like stuff like that. So like I'm peeling the layers back as I go, and I'm getting more introspective as and you're getting like a peek into my soul. And then at the end, you hear a piece where my wife is speaking, and she's telling you that the album you hear a woman's voice at the end, and she's like opening up the album, Gil Thompson presents. And then I start saying, I'm conquering this, I'm cultivating this, and it kind of breaks down the concept of the album. So it shows how multifaceted that verse is, how it could go from cocky to introspective and heart like halfway through. So I wanted to do something that was kind of like a roller coaster of emotions, starting off really hard, and then it just gets more introspective as you go into to kind of show the layers of lyricism. Plus, just putting in all the technical aspects of 3 syllable multi patterns and flow changes and cadences and things of that nature. So I kind of just wanted to put it all out there to kind of get you captivated before you get all these songs, because that's the only song on the album where it's just straight bars. It's like 48 bars or something, like 50 bar verse that get you started with the album before you start hearing the songs with the hooks. So I had to throw that one out like on some MC shit.
So how about you introduce it for us?
Sure, this is Gil Thompson, and you about to hear the Syntax Maestro, the intro to the album, produced by Triple Threes, my man.
This is Welcome to the Rawrrzone on our website, www.rawrzonenyc.com, YouTube at Rawrrzone NYC, Mondays and Thursday nights, Wednesdays on Pulsar 82.3 FM, and Fridays on the Evening Rush Radio Network. Phew! This is the Syntax Maestro.
I chose violence. You can see the panic in streets and hear sirens. Triple threes beats and I expose tyrants. Upper echelon, road a top tier virus. Killing your noise, but peace revere silence. Always drop jewels, but never with near pirates. Said you got drive, will make it a clear mileage. Get your muscle up, your physique's appear childish. I'm too ill, every new fool settles. Yo, rap on sweet beats, spiking glucose levels. You failed Olympic tryouts, I'm rocking 2 gold medals and mango millions of your men with just a few bold rebels. Rappers you really feel like Achilles heels and spraining them, spitting shockwaves through the cortex and brainstem. Anatomy disfigured for disrespecting the haven. Y'all Neanderthals can't stand next to made men. Why? Cause I'm acclaimed with the flame gift. You put in work too, but we ain't on the same shift. Kill your hate the old school baggage. The 90s, deprivation brings a benefit package. You can hear it now. Godly, forming together. Kinetic energy is now soaring ahead of any negativity. When I perform just a letter over beats a hit like this and George Foreman and leather. Developing my craft was real. I crunch fables. I still hear knuckle imprints on lunch tables. Cause rapping on beats with no skill is another form. Running the street, your roadkill. This like music, hard drums I'm not into. To write something, ignite your flames inside of you. To stand tall above it all, I'm guiding you. With dynamic sonic euphoria that you ride into. A claustrophobic living got me crawling for space. Suffocating my spirit, I started falling from grace. These mental aerobics stiffing the calling to take my place as a leader. To trump the wicked from stalling my chosen pace. Taking sin baths and didn't see. Got a steep hill, walk with thin calves in a weak quad. I grin on the path cause the losing streak's odd. When I always had the power to create a peak mind for my life. Turning adversaries to a meat squad. Now they bow with my presence, you ain't gotta speak, nod. The pain in your neck turns into a deep throb. Shouldn't try to score it over me, I peep the street lives. A king's here, take a seat and repent. In the booth, on the stage, in the streets, the event that you see when I rhyme to a beat. My ascent is a leap to a jet from my feet on cement.
Gil Thompson, aka the Syntax Maestro, presents CC, Conquer and Cultivate.
I will conquer my demons. I will conquer weak versions of my spirit. I will conquer any artistic challenge with sonic mastery. I will cultivate powerful messages. I will cultivate a rich legacy. I will cultivate a safe space, quintessential for growth.
We back with Gil Thompson in the motherfucking building.
Yeah, we at it. That hip hop, baby.
Oh my god. You talked about your wife being part of this project, and you have such a production team behind it. How important is it for an artist to have a team of people behind them for a project like this?
Oh my goodness, it's so important. And I realized that a long time ago. I remember when Jay-Z dropped the Black album, and I was reading the notes in the back of the booklet, and he was like, I couldn't have made it this far without my team. I was like, Jay-Z saying that? And I remember when he signed J. Cole, and J. Cole dropped his first album, The Sideline Story. I looked in the back of the booklet, J. Cole said the same thing. He was like, yo, I couldn't have made this far without a team. Don't think you could do. Oh, there she go. There go the wife right there. What's up, baby? Yeah, but yeah, like when I was reading that in the back of the booklet, and he said the same thing, I was like, wow, you definitely do need to have people in place, because sometimes people is like, I'm gonna just do everything myself, but at a certain point, you're gonna need people that believe in you, but that aren't all rappers. Like, because a lot of times my past mistakes used to be with, I'm gonna get a crew, we all rappers, and now we all trying to help each other, but at the same time, I might want to drop album, he wants to drop something, so nobody's never really a team. But if you get a person, all you do is camera work, all you do is studio stuff, so we're not trying to compete anymore, we're all working towards the same goal. And And that's what it takes. You just got to have people that believe in you. And once I got when I hooked up with Tony Ortiz years ago, he been doing all my album covers since. Like all my covers and my logo and everything that's on all streaming platforms, all that stuff was designed by Tony Ortiz. And my last like at least 3.5 projects I've been doing with triple threes and Mr. Soundproof. And they're just ready to throw me beats. They want me to rap till I'm like 80, which isn't gonna happen, but they probably sending me beats right now. Like to be honest. They're always inspiring me because they're so creative. And just the people around you that can give you feedback, honest feedback, and not trying to change who you are, but you got to be able to receive criticism too. Like if somebody says, yo, the sound quality of that could be better, maybe the bass could be raised higher, maybe that snare is not hitting hard enough. So it's good to have listening sessions too. That way you can make sure that the way you execute things is to the best of your ability. Because sometimes the artist, I could be 90% the way there, but now I need the other 10%. And shout out to my boy Gabe Rosa and my sis Michelle. I remember when I was getting to the end, I was sending them different mastering stuff, and they were going around listening to it in their car and stuff. And my boy Gabe and Michelle was like, you know what? It sounds good, but you need to get it remastered because it's not knocking hard enough or something. So then I was like, for real, you don't think it's knocking? I went back and he's like, listen to it in these headphones. I went back, I was like, you know what? You're right. But it's because I have people that love me and they're invested in what I want to do as well. And they don't want to see me release something that doesn't sound good. So you got to have people that aren't yes men around you and be willing to take that. Cause yeah, I'm nice and I know how to spit, but so there's a lot of other people that know how to spit too. But what you have the right people around you that are gonna tell you the truth. If something don't sound right, yo, you might want to mess with that a little bit to make it tighter. They're not telling me how to rap, but they're just saying, yo, I've heard you do better than this. Maybe you're a little tired today. Your voice sounds a little. Go drink some tea, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Shit like that, just to keep me sharp. And I have people around all the time that don't lie to me. I even said, in my one song on here, Prove It, which you were mentioning before, there's a part in the verse where I said, I have a couple people around me that keep me in check and things of that nature. You know what I mean? That look at the negativity that I might not detect and things of that nature. I was explaining in that verse how I feel lucky, but I say, but at the end of the day, it's on me. I could cry sour notes or remain on key. I could stand leg straight or can bend one knee. I could slip on the ice or can move on skis. So it's all a choice and things of that nature that keep me locked in, keep me focused. And not only that, personally, I'm always writing things like, yo, if Nas or Jay or people that I look up to heard this, would they be proud of it? Would they listen to it and be like, yo, this dude is nice. He got skills. He cares about the culture. So I always keep that in my mind too, outside of my personal wants and needs. If this were ever to reach some people that I looked up to, I would want them to be proud of me that I represented hip hop well. So it's a lot that goes into it. And I'm just thankful that I'm blessed with people around me that love me and they support.
I love the fact that your wife is in the sea right now. Like, I'm not gonna even hold you right now. There's so many females that I see just from working in nightlife with DJs and then just see artists in general. You don't see their partners going and supporting them, let
Mhm.
alone being part of the project.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
she's very very patient with my creativity because like I told you just this album I was like, oh yeah, I had 60 beats. I have, so since she's been with me I probably have like 15 projects, so she had to go through this process with me all the time. I'll be listening to like 1,000 different beats, going through flows, writing, pacing back and forth. So babe, what you think? Oh look, she talking right now. He played the music. Yeah, the night we met, I had an EP out, and I was like, "Yo, what you think of this?" The night I met her, so I'm always playing her stuff. She's used to it. She already knew. She like, all right, I know what he about. So, and she always supported me. If I would ask her opinion because her opinion is gonna be different from my rapper friends and producers and things like that. So she always gives me the her honest opinion of how the music might make her feel. At the same time, just let me be me. Should not dictate and say, "Oh, I think you should talk about this." Be like, talk about whatever you want to. Just be you.
That's a
And
real one right there. Shout out to wifey. You know, and it leads to like my next question. How do you balance that work life balance, especially because you don't want to overdo it. Like, yeah, granted, you and the music is a package deal, but she might just say one of these days, "Yo, I'm really not in the mood right now." Where's the balance between that?
Well, in terms of the career aspect of it, always put my family first. And the reason being is because even the rappers that I look up to that I love, all of them in some way, shape, or form, it always showed up in a song. They'd be like, now I gotta reestablish my relationship with my kids because I left them behind or I couldn't spend as much time. The only rapper that legend that I love that didn't happen to was Jay-Z because he started a family later. Like Blue wasn't born until he was like what, like in his late 30s or something. Like he got married after he was already rich, so he wasn't on the come up. So he could just leave music and go be a dad. Well, other people had to sacrifice going on the road. And once I seen how that could affect them,
Eminem didn't tour for a while so he could raise Haley.
you say he didn't tour for a while. You said,
Like there was a big period of time,
yeah,
and like I remember there was a video of Eminem doing an interview where he had said he took a lot of time apart and like he had a whole conversation with 50 saying like he doesn't want to do this right now. And like you see their relationship so much better, like his and his daughter's better, like you see the wedding stuff.
yeah,
So
he had to because I remember when he was going through his addiction. I remember him in an interview talking about she found him passed out because he was old, like almost ODing on pills. So he had to fix his life. So even he, because of stuff he was involved in, it took away some time for her. And I'm thankful. Like I seen the same thing. Like she got married, she had a kid, so he's a grandfather now. I'm glad they all pulled it together. So he was able to get lucky in the end. Like yo, we're still close. But I remember seeing all those things where he's like, yo, Haley found me in the bathroom. I was doing too much pill. I was too high
yeah,
out my mind. Like he had to, so he still had to go through all that and all the crazy stuff with her mom. All the beef he had with Kim forever and his own mom. So like it was very toxic. But she seemed like she turned out to be a wonderful young lady that's married with a kid and doing good. And she not out there getting into drugs and stuff. So of all the stuff, if he did one thing right, he made sure he kept her away from that shit. So and he's like the exception to that because a lot of times I don't see too many guys that got stayed close with their kids by chasing their dreams. So what I do personally, I'm always made sure that my kids had what they needed, my wife was taken care of, and then I would save up because I don't sell drugs. So I'm not selling out there selling a brick, and I'm not gonna like I'm gonna put a brick in. I'll go sell a brick and put 100K on this. No, I gotta go to work and save up like a responsible adult, pay for my kids to have their shit, pay my bills. All right, now I saved up. Now I could do the studio time. Now I could pay for mixing and mastering. Not, now I could do this. So it just takes me a little bit more time than the average person. And because of that, is why maybe I'm not as far as I am, but my kids are getting older now. So now I can focus a little bit more on it because they're not babies anymore. So like my oldest is 16. Like she got a permit. She about to start driving soon. So like
wait, you don't look like you got a 16-year-old.
oh yeah, I'll be 42 in October. So
God bless you.
yeah, thank you. I stay in the gym too, eating good. You know what I mean? I got to. I got to age it beautifully. You know what I mean? So like
No, they really, yeah, y'all really don't crack.
no, I appreciate that. Yeah, I just came from the gym earlier, so I'm locked in. I gotta keep it going. But that's why I did. I took care of me. There for my kids and my family always. That way, they get a little bit older. Now I could put a little bit more energy towards this. But I never wanted to sacrifice time with them because at the end of the day, I could spit the hottest verse ever, and millions of people could be feeling it. But when I pass away, who's gonna be the first people there holding my hand? It's gonna be my daughter and my son and my wife. They're gonna be there with me. So that's why I always prioritize them first. Because yeah, you could get caught up in the glamour and the lights of it all, but when you really down and out, who's gonna really be there for you? Whose pictures? My picture is gonna be on their mantle. Oh, that was my daddy because of this stuff that had nothing to do with music, and that's why I always paid attention to that. I never wanted my ego because I'm talented to get in the way of knowing what was really important, like family and friends, the people that really mean stuff to you, the people that are gonna be there for you, and the people that really shaped who you are. I never forget that. That way, to stay in my authenticity and keep my mental health in a space where I feel confident and I feel good. Always got to move in a way that I'm gonna prioritize what's important to me, and it's always been family first. And but I'm still doing what I need to do. It's just gonna have to go a little bit slower than other people for the simple fact that I want my relationships to be strong. So if I am blessed to make it to a certain level, then all that glory is gonna feel amazing because I did it the right way and something that felt good to me. Because everybody's success is different. So your perception of success might be different from my perspective, and that's completely okay because we're two completely different individuals that had different experiences that's going to lead to our choices being different, and I'm completely fine with that. And once I came at peace with that, every day that I wake up, that I breathe air into my lungs, and I'm thankful for me being here, is a gift. And the fact that I'm able to write and touch people on any level. If I could touch 50 people with this album and they're like, yo, you really changed my life. I was about to jump off a bridge and I heard you say something and it really touched my soul. And now I want to better myself in life. That's just as good as winning a Grammy or anything else. But people don't think about it like that. They always think, oh, I need this money or all these women or all these opportunities. But if I could leave the world a little bit better than I was when I got here, that's a blessing in itself. And I'm okay with that. I could sleep at night knowing that I help people, and that makes me so proud, and I'm thankful for the man that I am.
Man, you kind of just like answered my next question at the same time, but it was so insightful because you had once said, "Be ashamed to die unless you have scored some victory for humanity."
Mm.
Um, I told you I did my research. Um, how important is it for us, especially because we are in media, we are in entertainment? What we do affects somebody,
Mm.
whether we like it or not.
That's
Um,
true.
how important is it for us to leave a positive impact, and what does it mean for you to leave a legacy?
Well, outside my legacy, when I think of legacy, the first thing I think of, like I said, is my family, my household. If my household is good, like if I could wake up every day and my wife feels love and my children feel love and they're growing up in a space of love that's done with proper communication and understanding and patience and listening and things of that nature, and just being open and honest with each other. That right there makes me feel like a winner because like I when I was younger, I lived in the projects. I lived in shelters with my mom and my brother, and we struggled. And the fact that I can wake up every day and I'm in a good neighborhood, you know what I mean? And me and my wife both have cars, we have good jobs and things like that. And I'm able to provide to where my kids don't have to grow up in projects. They don't know what that life is like, what I had to grow up to when I was younger. And they don't have to experience the pain and turmoil I did. And that in itself, having a safe space for my children to grow up in where they feel loved and they're both straight A students, that makes me feel blessed. Before my mom passed, one of the things she told me, she said, Gil, I'm so proud of you because you became a homeowner at 30 years old. I didn't become one till I was after 40. So you already surpassed what I'm doing. I'm so proud of you. That was one of the best moments of my life because that's what you want to do as a parent. You want your kids to be somewhere further than what you did. And now because I raised my kids in a space that I didn't get to grow up in, because my mom was a single mother. She raised me and my self. But because I'm with my wife and my kids are in a two-parent household, full of love. Now they even get the springboard off of a foundation that's even higher than I started from. So, and my daughter's already a way better student than I ever was. And so I'm just like, yo, and she's probably gonna do great. I might not even have to pay for college at this point, how bright as she is. Like she's amazing. And my son's doing incredible too. And they both into hip hop dance and they be killing it, winning awards and everything. So I'm just a proud dad. So when you think about that, just that alone means everything to me. And then on the other side, I have friends and people that I text and I check up on and I see how are you doing? And I check people's mindset. And just so I could deal with people every day, my job is like 20 minutes from me. I wake up 3 hours before I have to go to work because I want to put my mind state in a space where I could be the best version of myself every day. And that comes with time and work. That comes with waking up every day, looking myself in the mirror and being proud of who I am. I am a king. I am powerful. I'm worthy and wise. I'm brilliant. I'm resilient. I will bathe in gratitude. I will lead with love. I'm a champion in life. These are things I speak to myself before I speak to one human being, because I need to be in the best space possible, because I never know if I'm gonna come across with another human being that might be on their last straw and they need me to say something positive to them. So I try to keep myself in that best space, because you never know when somebody might need positive words to help them through their day. And that's why when I think about that in terms of legacy, it's the decisions you make every day. It's not me just making one event where I give out chickens or something to people and everybody applauds me and they're like, yay. And then I go home and I'm a piece of shit for the rest of the year. It's what you do every day, your decision that you make every day, that's going to lead to your legacy. And that's why I don't pay attention to doing one event or one day. I'll say, how is my character today? Even when, if it's snowing outside and you can't go outside and do shit, are you checking up on people? Are you making people feel good? When, if somebody were to ask, yo, how's Katie as a person? They say nothing but beautiful things. That's because your character is good. You know what I mean? Like, your character is good. And that's what really matters. That's what's going to get you further. That's what's going to put you in contact with more people, because what they say about success a lot of time has to do with relationships more than anything. There's some people that might not have as money as others, but they get there because they had the right connections with the right people, and their spirit was connecting, and it was on the right frequency. And that's why I try to focus on every day, just being in the right frequency, keeping my vibe right, keeping my mind right, and still with all the stuff that I know, being humble enough to still learn from other people.
With Conquer and Cultivate, what is the one lesson you want your audience to take with them after listening?
I'd say be the most authentic version of yourself and be honest with yourself, because there's things you could be like, oh, I have close friends and I talk to them and I tell them things, but not everybody tells everybody everything. There's always a little bit we keep to ourselves, just because out of fear, trauma, it could be a million different reasons. But if you could look at yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself, be like, this is what I really want, this is what I really need, and you work on that personally because it's what you truly desire, and then you breathe, live, breathe, and work on being the most authentic version of yourself, whatever that means for you, because it's different for everybody, and you do it every day, you're going to be just fine. And that's what I want my music to inspire, just growing and being the best version of yourself, because the best version of you is going to be the different version of me. There could be somebody that wants to be the best lawyer ever. I never wanted to be in law, but somebody that's doing that, that's success to them and more power to them. And that's how I look at it. Just think about what you really want to do, and I hope my music can inspire people to just continue to work at things. And I always say this, a lot of people look at a big picture and they're like, I can't do all that. Stop looking at that. Just look at your feet and just take one step, and then take another step, and then take another step. Oh, snap, we're at 20 steps. If you look behind you, that's a pretty good distance. All right, now let's try 20 more steps. Things like that. If you can't walk, crawl. And if you crawl, you still did something today. Imagine a person that's not moving. Crawling is going to get you further than that person, right? Imagine a year going by and all you did was crawl. You think they're even going to be able to see you anymore? No, because you crawled for a year. And that person that stayed in the same spot did nothing. So yeah, you moved slow. You moved at your pace, but you still did something. And I'm proud of you for that. And I give people all the credit in the world, because there's a lot of people on this planet that have a lot of trauma and shit that they deal with every day that they don't tell nobody, and they don't even know to begin how to get through it. So if they're at least attempting to try to be the best version of themselves, and they're making conscious decisions every day to treat people with a little bit more love and more grace, and they're thankful for where they're at, I'm proud of you. And that's all I want for people, really. Just look at yourself in the mirror. If you could be proud and better yourself each day, then you're on the right path.
Are we gonna get visuals for this project?
I would hope so. I'm still working on it, because I mean, again, you know what I mean, I gotta save up. I'm not I'm not selling bricks, you know. But yeah. I'm not selling but yeah, I'm talking to a couple of different people, and I'm still trying to gauge on for what song to go with. So I'm like kind of gauging that too, because you know me as an artist, it's hard for me because all these songs are my babies. I'm like I love all these songs for different reasons, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, oh, well, which one should I go for? So I'm trying to ask people because I have no clue, to be honest with you, Katie. I
Well,
have
what's the
no clue.
consensus been? Who's really rocking with what?
It's funny because like the people that like just want club music, they're like, well, do Get Ready because that gets them real hyper. What you slowing down for? And then the more hip hop crowd, people are like, Air to My Air, or
Yeah.
they're like, yo, that's some hip hop shit, and them horns, yo, that's so soulful. And then the people that like storytelling are like, yo, Grateful for the Graves, or The Calling. They love the creative storytelling in those songs back to back in a way they intertwine. And the people that just love the soul sample, they love Take It There, Take It There, Take It There. They're like, yo, this sample is crazy. So it's really like I got every type of answer in the world. And the people that just want to hear me spit, they don't care about concept, they just want bars. They love the syntax maestro. Matter of fact, Q, the one that hooked me up with you, Q is like, yo, I'm sending people to Syntax Maestro because Q loves some bars. So when he
He
hear me
did.
on my rap
That's
shit,
what he
he's
did.
like, send that one. You know what I
He
mean?
did. He really did.
So that's what I mean. It's all over the place. I don't even know. Like, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to do a poll. That's what I'm gonna have to do.
So, since you mentioned Air to My Air, I do actually have it here, and we could play it before we close out. Tell us a little bit about it and introduce it for us.
Woo. Well, this was another one that it had a lot of different concepts that I was going on in, but basically it started off because I was born with asthma, and it
Oh,
was something I struggled with early in my life. But since I got into fitness over the years, like I have an asthma pump that I walk around with, and I barely have to use it because of my fitness and my health and the things I put in my body. So I kind of almost grew out of it. Every once in a while, if it's a lot of heat and dust, it'll act up, but I've been good. So I kind of looked at the concept Air to My Air. Like it's funny how a person that had limited air supply can be a breath of fresh air to others. You know what I mean? So that's where it started. You know, I'm giving air to my air, and the people that want to come up and take what I'm giving out as a breath of fresh air that is also supplying them on their journey as inspiration to want to be their own king or queen. So that's where the concept started, and I keep again putting layers on it, but that's the beginning of it. But I know you say you want to play this one, so again, this track is called Air to My Air. This one's also produced by Triple Threes. Oh yeah, he's also in there too, right there. Jaquay Johnson. He said, "Talk to him, Gil." That's him. He produced this track.
yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out to Triple Threes right there. That's him. That's my man right
yeah.
there. Yeah. So got another one.
We got another banger here. First of all, I feel like that was the best way to close the project. But
Mm.
this is Air to My Air, the closing track of Conquer and Cultivate. You gonna feel these bars. This is Welcome to the Rawrrzone.
Feeling new, it's rare what I wear, I'm blessed. Never leave my lair with no prayer. Born with asthma, yet nobody can compare what I share. Breathing life into my fans, giving air to my air. When I step to the mic and check 1, 2, spilling truth from my soul, respect runs through. From my city, if you follow me, fam, it's just the trials and tribulations of a quality man. Formed a legacy, born in 83. Swarms of entities seem to oversee my lung capacity with a scornful tendency. Storms of devilry sworn to wrestle me. Lost my vessel chi without no empathy. A life of asthma placed a burden on me. With drama I was yearning to flee. No door for now for turning the key. To love myself is just a burning decree. And sabotage I'm learning to see. Our actions never earning the plea. With G.O.D. had me humbled with facts. A purpose bundled in stacks. On level ground that wasn't crumbled and cracked. With lack of breath on earth, my rhymes are the best care. Like God let my chest spare. Fresh air for people stressed there. 10 mod strikes for masseuse practitioners. No excuse, auditioners or truce for prisoners choose. Double down to you a news for listeners. Or govern with a light, or you Zeus commissioners. Feeling new, it's rare what I wear, I'm blessed. Never leave my lair with no prayer. Born my asthma, yet nobody can compare what I share. Breathing life into my fans, giving air to my air. When I step to the mic and check 1, 2, spilling truth from my soul, respect runs through. For my city, if you follow me, fam, it's just the trials and tribulations of a quality man. I respect intelligence, moving with agility to navigate through life with some honor and not stupidity. Fingers to your palm, put your fists up if you feeling me. The real ones that make mistakes but take accountability. Running from your past is a weakness, that ain't real to me. Pain is part of life, but healing's our responsibility. I reject opinions on how to work it or quit it when it comes to anything in my life if you never did it. So levitate my message past the educated guesses. Once I demonstrate my essence, you can annotate the lessons when I allocate my weapons. You calibrate the sessions to compensate the heavens when you agitate or threaten any dedicated brethren that I advocate for repping. Just to acclimate a sketching with no hesitated pledging of hard work and honor, so prove something. True hustlers don't believe in the snooze button. Feeling new, it's rare what I wear, I'm blessed. Never leave my lair with no prayer. Born my asthma, yet nobody can compare what I share. Breathing life into my fans, giving air to my air. When I step to the mic and check 1, 2, spilling truth from my soul, respect runs through. For my city, if you follow me, fam, it's just the trials and tribulations of a quality man. My creativity's a bottomless pit when I'm attacking enemies with an ominous wit, extracting files from my mind if every document's with. Now your chin's to your chest, you at a confidence trip. I'm taking every fan base, watch the populace rip. I'm the king, so I never let the providence shift. Every poor territory gets an opulence lift. So fulfilling to your ears, just a consonant's gift. When life swings, I'm taking a hit. You guys weave. Fear of truth set you on thrones for naive. A feast of raw knowledge can lead to a dry heave. Sour apples of your eye makes you wish you could fry Eve. Stay pure, never merge with the best, and digest poison on the verge of your quest. The world needs leaders with a surge of the best. So until we find them all, I will purge all the rest. Feeling new, it's rare what I wear, I'm blessed. Never leave my lair with no prayer. Born my asthma, yet nobody can compare what I share. Breathing life into my fans, giving air to my air. When I step to the mic and check 1, 2, spilling truth from my soul, respect runs through. For my city, if you follow me, fam, it's just the trials and tribulations of a quality man. Representing Allentown, Pennsylvania, baby. The ABE, the Lehigh Valley, baby. It's crazy. Hip hop, hip hop. Man, I love this shit. No matter how old I get, my head's always got something to say. Even when it gets hard, the pain keeps moving. Now, what Rakim say that one year? He said, whenever it get hard to write, just put down the pen and live. And always come back to it. Yeah. Hip hop, hip hop.
Yeah, man. Those bars, man.
I just love the instrumentation behind it. Like, I thought I heard flute, piano.
Yeah, Triple Three's the remember I said he's the one that be giving me these musical ass beats. Like he be going crazy. Yeah.
It made me
Like
wish I had musical talent.
yeah, he's amazing. He just be he'll make a beat like that and then he'll send it to me like the middle of the night. I'll wake up like, where the hell did this come from? And it'd be fire. Like he just does it in his sleep. He's amazing. He does stuff like that all the time. I had so many beats to that level in my email from this guy. He's incredible. Absolutely. And the thing is he raps also and he produces and he sings. Like he can sing his ass off. He's incredible. Like he does everything.
I mean, maybe that's where he gets the triple name from.
Yeah, he's that dude for real, for real. Also, I seen my man Lazo was in here. My
Yeah,
shout out to Mike. Shout out to Mike. I seen my man on here too. That's what's
shout
up.
out to that boy Lazo in the building.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's Mike right there. Yeah, that's my man
I'm
from high
sorry.
school. That's my man from 10th grade. We go back.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
How would you, before we close the night, how do you think your 10th grade self would feel about everything you've done?
Amazing, especially considering all the things that I've lost since then, and to still be just rising with my intelligence as well as my spiritual growth and everything. Like I'm just I'm very proud. And I think one of the deepest and simplest things I could say is I became the man that I needed when I was younger. The man that I didn't have to take care of me because my mom was a single parent. Like I became that man, for my own son without even having that type of guidance. And that makes me super proud to know that I could do that. And it makes me feel honored and blessed that no matter what I went through, I was able to get to this point and be the man that I am. And I still got a lot to learn, but I'm open to it. I'm open to new perspectives, new logic, new information, and that just being in that space definitely like makes me feel proud.
Oh man, thank you so much for being here with me today. Um, on Hip Hop's birthday, this truly was like the perfect way to end the day.
I appreciate that. I'm honored for you put me on this platform. It was definitely an amazing conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Conquer and Cultivate. This is another one of my babies. I love this album to death, and I'm so glad that it is connecting with you and other people as well. It makes me very happy and proud to know that even in my 40s, I still got something to say, and it's still connecting with people and resonating on different levels. I'm truly honored. Thank you. Thank you.
Tell Q he needs to bring you to New York because I need you to show some of these rappers up, please.
Hey, we'll work on it. You know what I mean? Because Q stay working, he stay on the move. So you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure we'll make something happen.
Perfect. So tell everybody what's next and where can they find you.
Oof. Well, right now we're still just working on getting this album out there, and and Q's been by my side throughout this. I'm helping me and get in touch with you and other different platforms as well. So right now for the rest of this year, we're kind of just working on getting this album out and to touch as many people as it can. But you know me, I'm always writing a little bit. I'm always inspired, but I'm definitely gonna say probably working on some shows next to come up. And then like you said, I need to work on that video too. So I need to figure out what the hell I want to do with that. But yeah, just I would say um, video, performances, things of that nature in the future. And you could always get up with me on IG at Gil Got Skill. You know what I mean? Just one LGIL got skill for my IG, and just Gil Thompson for Facebook, things of that nature if you need to get in contact with me. But yeah, the album Conquer and Cultivate, produced by Triple Threes and Mr. Soundproof, is on all streaming platforms everywhere you listen to music, even YouTube. It doesn't matter. It's out there. So just tune in and let me know what y'all feeling. I appreciate it.
Oh man, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Welcome to the Rawrrzone. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us and follow Gil on Instagram at Gil Got Skill. Support us, support him. He supports back, we support back. It's a whole circle of support. It takes a village to raise a child. So let's keep raising this music. You can catch this episode next week on Boost 82.3 FM and the Evening Rush Radio Network. Thursday we'll be back live with 2 a.m. in the morning. But of course, you can find us on our website, www.rawrzonenyc.com. Follow us everywhere at rawrzonenyc. We leave a parting message to all of our guests. So just remember how awesome you are.
I've got one more thing to say, and it'll only take me a second. I've got 2 words that I want you all to remember. They're very important. And if I leave you with anything, I'm going to leave you with these 2 words. And those 2 words are, I'm Batman.
That's hilarious.